Hello and welcome everyone tonight to another edition of TMGeek. We are in the midst of our TMGeek inaugural championship tournament, and we are in round number 2. Finally, tonight we have the number 1 seeded Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly taking on the 16 seed Colton SuperNova Roberts. He had a hell of a match to get here, and I know he's proud of that one, but he's got a hard road ahead in Joe. But hey, I'm your host for the evening, Kevin the Philosopher Poss. I have the best co-host I could ever ask for over here. It is a mix of Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. He is the one, the only Barbarian.
I am Iron Man. What's going on, Kevin? Good to see you. I'm going to take this helmet off because it is very warm.
I believe that.
What is
How
going
are
on?
you, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Happy to be here. Happy to be on this side of the desk for a Inner Geekdom tournament. These things are always very, very high stress, and but you know, they're about franchises that we all love dearly. And as you can see, I clearly love the MCU very dearly. But not only do I love the MCU behind me on over my one shoulder, you'll see X-Men Days of Future Past. Got Star Trek on the other side, and I got Cowboys and Aliens in the middle. And
nice.
So I am a lover of all things geek, and I'm a lover of this tournament.
Awesome. You had a great performance in this year's Geek tournament. So I know that you're the perfect man to have on the desk. You will definitely bring the comedy and the joy to my seriousness when it comes to this tournament. But we will go ahead and bring in.
Well, I will say, I regret to inform you that normally Elvis brings the comedy, but he left me to do it himself. So there will be no comedy whatsoever during this. So I didn't want to manage expectations. This will not be funny whatsoever.
No fun and games here, folks. It's all strictly business. Unfortunately, no Elvis either. We send him our regards, please. But yeah, we'll go ahead and continue and bring in our first competitor. I know he's been itching to get into this tournament and get into a match. He is the number 1 seed, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly, along with his manager, David Garcia Alonso, the Spaniard. How are you, fellas?
I'm doing good. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to be finally taking a stab at this tournament. But I've got to say, I don't think seeding is very relevant here, as the man here will attest to. We had that random tournament. We went in as the number 16 seed, and we beat the number 1 seed. So I know all about the expectations of seeding and what it can do to you. But I've been on the desk with Colton a couple of times before, a couple of other matches, World War Geek. We were there. I know what he's capable of. I watched his last match against Meg. I know exactly what he's capable of, and I will treat him the same way as I would treat the number 2 seed, number 3 seed, number 4 seed, anyone, because I know exactly what these tournaments can do. I'd say it's something about giving my best, but as a man we lost very recently once said, losers whine about giving their best, winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Those were mostly very humble words from our competitor. Until the end there, they became very much less humble.
I just Sean Connery.
Is this family friendly? Do we?
It is.
Do we bleep that out?
A Connery quote. I'm going to leave it in. I will allow it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, absolutely, Joe. You're 100% correct. Especially in this tournament, seeding was based only on I gave everybody 1 match, and some of those matches, you know, even your manager's match, he could have even maybe had a different seed. as my cat makes an appearance on screen. Thanks for that, Kylo. Sorry, totally lost my train of thought there.
No,
David,
all right.
David would have maybe had a different seating had I not put him up against Amaru in match number one. So,
and I've seen David himself perform in Geek Trivia before, and I know that he knows his stuff. So it seems like he'll be a valuable asset as a
I
manager
was just about to say
one
that.
seed.
Great point, Barbarian. Joe, question to you. How do you guys study? I know that you are a team Wookiee mistake in another league. How do you utilize that in a singles competition like this?
We know each other's strengths.
Yeah, we help each other.
We know how the leagues work. We know, Dave himself is part of, another league, the running of it. He knows how questions are formed and what goes into writing a question, which helps immensely with your own personal studies. If you can figure out how to study in a way that says, how would this form a question? I think.
And I am also here to make sure that Joe versus David happens at some point. Because we have been wanting to play each other for a while now, and I believe we each only have to win one match for that to happen, or two.
That's a good question. So it seems like you're looking to emulate the corruption finals of the Inner Geekdom tournament this year, which I tried valiantly to prevent from happening, but failed. But I see what you're going for. I like it. Comrades on the training field becoming enemies on the battlefield, and I applaud you for those attempts.
And so Joe asked me, "Can you be there for me? Because I am the level-headed of the team. Joe always likes to kind of go ahead and
set high.
Yeah, and I am here to keep it down and remind him that this sometimes is a strategy game. So I'm here for him as he's going to be there for me in my match. But I know he can do it.
David is the Chirrut Imwe of the team.
You mentioned about training, and that's the thing. We have tested a lot of documents. We have done a lot of training matches together, and they always go well into sudden death. And we've always said that one of these days that match will finally be on camera for all to see, and that's what we really want, because
it's going to be the worst match ever.
Yes.
So I have a very important question, Mike. So you both speak with European accents. So the question is, when training, do you have a translator that translates the accents to one another, or are you able to do so without it? And follow-up questions: do you ever find that you are pronouncing the names of characters and/or actors differently because of the accents? Are we going to see a Kevin Smets Chandru moment appear somewhere in this match?
Well, I know I have. Mm-hmm. I know I had that problem before.
I know I've definitely used the English words for some American things. World War Geek being the prime example of saying ice lolly instead of popsicle, but I was still given the point, which was fine. But no, David speaks perfect English, so there's no issues there.
Good. So for instance,
that's the problem.
If the question was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, where does where does Captain America fight Crossbones and the other Hydra soldiers? If you were to say the lift, we would award you the point.
That's
exactly.
Good to know.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Good luck, Joe, in this competition. We'll drop you to the back for just one moment as we bring in your competitor and his manager. He is the 16th ranked competitor in this tournament. He is the SuperNova, Colton Roberts. Alongside him is his manager, Anthony Tisdall. How are you doing, fellas?
How you doing, Colton? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. It's gonna be a match. I've been excited for it. This will be my first true test, I believe, in the geek sphere, and Joe is a wonderful player. I want to win because the only person I have ever lost to in a geek match is Caleb Hansen, and this is my path to redemption. If I win this match, then I have the opportunity to play him. So I have to win to play him. So
we're looking at this match a little different. I wasn't able to be here last time. I wasn't able to be here for Colton, which makes me upset because I had so many I had a whole Meg Ryan rant ready to go. Every Meg Ryan movie ever, I had it written down. I was ready, but I had things to do. I couldn't make it here. I was disappointed, but I was proud of my boy. He came in and he got that win to play Joe now. And also the last time he kind of got married, which is a huge thing. And I told him he wasn't allowed to study as much because that took precedence. Sorry for anyone out there that thinks it doesn't.
Hey.
So he got married. This time, he's been married. So we studied. Like, we got things figured out this time. So we were allowed to do stuff. I allowed him to study more because now the family situation's set. He's happy. He's got a wife. It's fantastic. And now we're here. Joe's great. I've played Joe numerous things. We're both big Bond fans. I appreciate him, but 16-1, like you said, everyone's kind of had one match. Seedings don't really matter. And to take down the number 1 seed, it just feels right. I kind of feel like we got a little University of Maryland coming here, and then Joe's UVA. We're going to have a 116 take down a 1. That's what I'm looking for today. I want that rarity happening right now.
Those are some very bold words from both Anthony and Colton. Gentlemen, I have a question to ask. Have you ever both been in the same room at the same time? Because I'm looking at the screen here, and it appears that perhaps it seems like we got a Clark Kent Superman situation going on, or Clark Kent Batman situation, perhaps, where Colton is wearing the glasses to prevent us from realizing that he actually is Anthony. And that the Anthony version of this is like pre-recorded with different, he like
right.
got his haircut and trimmed the beard a little bit.
He quickly puts up the bookshelf.
I'm a little dubious that there may be some sort of superhero shenanigans going on here.
That would be no, because I am probably the absolute least geek person in this entire thing. This is all Colton's thing. I am just here to manage. I know very little of this other than Marvel and DC, so this is his thing, even though he does look like he could be in the room right next to me because our doors look the exact same. So,
I think that's the exact thing I would expect for the superhero alter ego of a geek to say. No, I'm not a geek at all. I'm a superhero.
I swear. Serious question. You mentioned studying, taking a different approach now that you've settled into the marriage. You've moved on from the match against Meg, the big win there. How are you approaching this match? How did you approach this match differently in terms of studying?
Honestly, my first match, I didn't study at all because, again, Anthony told me I wasn't allowed to. And my wife really appreciated that because then I paid attention to her on our honeymoon and stuff. So that was good. But now I've just been watching movies, looking over flashcards, all that fun stuff that you do when you break your work. So it's just a thing.
Hey, I let him go this time. He didn't have to worry about it. He can watch whatever he wanted, study as much as he wanted. He's good. He's good now. Life is good.
Yep, life is good indeed. Anything else for Colton or Anthony, Craig?
You mean Colton / Anthony, correct?
That is exactly what I meant.
Yeah. I have a quick question for the Colton side of the screen. I see some sort of a cane or something in the background there. What is that I see behind you?
Yes, I do. I have a cane that has a cobra on it, which on the inside it has a sword. My children do not know this, so
that way.
Do you use that to pretend like you have a limp to make sure people don't know that you're really Anthony?
No, that's right. And then I got some lightsabers over there, but that's pretty much it.
Ignore all that. Ignore all that.
All right, fair.
All right. Well, thank you, Anthony. We'll go ahead and drop you out. Bring Joe back on in, and we will get started. I'll go ahead and read off some round one rules, and we'll jump feet first into this matchup. I am super
While you're
excited.
doing that, I'm going to adjust my lighting because I feel like I'm like half. I feel like I look like Two-Face right now.
Trying to get a little chiaroscuro or whatever it's called.
Yeah, exactly. Give me 1 second.
No worries. All right, guys. So round number one works as follows. You'll get 10 questions in 10 random geek categories. Each competitor is going to have 15 to 20 seconds to write down your answer. When Craig or myself calls upon your name, you must say your question aloud and reveal the response at the same time. They must match. And correct answers will be worth 1 point. Incorrect answers are worth nothing. But you do not lose a point. So try to write something down if you can. A perfect round 10 for 10 does trigger a 1 point bonus question. You do have 3 repeats and 1 challenge throughout this match. Do you have any questions before we get started? I'll ask Joe first.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, and Colton.
No, I'm good.
All right, so with that being said, I will pass it over to Mr. Barbarian, and you can take question number 1, sir.
Let's get ready to TM Geek. Question number 1 in the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek Into Darkness, what name does Khan go by before his true identity is revealed? So, Kevin, have you ever used an alternate name, a pseudonym, a nom de plume, as they say in the literary world?
Well, my middle name is James, so you know Kevin James. I guess that would work.
Yeah, no, that. I feel like you'd get much better restaurant reservations that way.
Hey, that works for me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
And Joe, your answer?
John Harris.
John Harrison is correct. And Colton?
Nope, no idea.
Did not have it. Okay.
Oh,
I knew it was
Commander.
a generic name. I could not figure it out.
Commander John Harrison is correct. All right, moving on to category number 2, which is the Wizarding World. In Crimes of Grindelwald, what is the name of the sinister Auror that takes on the task of tracking down Credence, killing his real mother in the process?
So Kevin, have you seen the movie The Auror?
The Auror?
The Auror. No, it's it reminds me of the 30 Rock. They had the Ruhr Juror. So I thought it was the Ruhr Auror.
And you said there wouldn't be comedy in this. 3,
No, I'm serious.
2, 1. Pens down, and this time we'll start with Colton.
Still don't have it. Nope.
All right, Joe.
Grissom.
It's Grimson. So that is incorrect.
Very close.
Yep, very close. Yes,
that was a Star Trek answer, not a Harry Potter answer. All right, so let's go to question 3. We're moving on to my favorite category, which is the MCU. The category of MCU. What is the name of the evil wizard played by Mads Mikkelsen in Doctor Strange?
Hold on. Stop the question real quick.
Okay.
So it should be sorcerer, not wizard, right? No.
Hi.
No?
So
Yes. Yeah.
I have a challenge, or a potential challenge for last question,
Okay.
but I guess you guys will want to
well,
finish this question first.
I was going to say
No,
Go ahead
no.
and present. That's on me because I was looking at something else.
No,
So-
what I'll do is I will
Joe, I don't know how
I'll
you
either throw this out or I'll throw this question out and I'll write a new one.
can I
Or
hear
I'll insert a new one.
can I hear the Wizarding World question again, please?
You can. In Crimes of Grindelwald, what is the name of the sinister Auror that takes on the task of tracking down Credence, killing his real mother in the process? His real mother referring to Irma Dugard.
So, Joe, Irma Dugard is not his real
No,
mother.
his mum's.
So, you got it wrong. If you want to challenge, we probably will get a new question. That's what I tell you. You make the call.
I mean, one section of the question was wrong. I think could be fair to challenge.
All right, you guys want to challenge?
We are going to challenge that Irma Dugard is not Credence's real mother.
Okay. All right, challenge is in. We're going to go ahead and take out the competitors. You can bring in that ruling. I will pass it over to Craig for question number 3.
Question number 3. In the world of the MCU, in the film Doctor Strange, what is the name of the sorcerer played by Chiwetel Ejiofor who helps instruct Stephen Strange in Kamar-Taj? So Kevin, let me ask, have you been to Kamar-Taj?
Yeah, I go to Kathmandu every year. I winter there, which is like summering, I guess, here.
Okay. How long do you spend there?
No, I've never been there.
It's a magical place. It's a magical place.
4, 3,
Pun
2,
intended.
1. Pins down.
And Joe, we will start with you.
Next time you're there, I'll send you the Wi-Fi password. Mordo.
That is correct. And Colton.
Mordo.
Mordo is also correct. Yes, Carl Mordo, played by Academy Award nominee, maybe should have been a winner, Chiwetel Ejiofor. All right.
Very nice, and very nice question. Thank you very much. All right. Question number 4 comes in the category of Middle Earth. In The Fellowship of the Ring, what type of pipeweed does Bilbo say is the finest in the South Farthing?
So let me ask you, Kevin. Do you prefer your weed to be pipeweed, or do you prefer it to be like dandelions?
Oh, definitely pipeweed. I mean, anybody who knows me knows that. But
I like dandelions. Have you ever tasted a dandelion? It's very sweet.
oh no, we used to have honeysuckles though that grew out in our yard near our house. 5, 4.
Probably also attracted
3.
as many bees as dandelions do.
Yeah, no kidding. I used to hit those things with the badminton rackets. Please don't come after me, whoever the WWF. Go ahead, Colton.
I said longmouth.
And Joe.
Old Toby.
Oh.
Old Toby is correct. Joe takes a 3-1 lead.
All right. Category 5, and another category that I'm very fond of, Marvel, not to be confused with the MCU. It's even though they will soon be combined. Question 5, in the world of Marvel, at the beginning of X-Men First Class, what does the Nazi officer Schmidt order Eric to move on his desk and kills his mother when he fails to do so? To make sure there's nothing clear, it's Eric's actual mother, and and Schmidt kills the mother. Eric doesn't kill his mother. And Kevin, how's your mother?
Fine. She.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Yeah. I will do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
And Joe.
It's a coin.
The coin is correct. And Colton.
A Nazi coin.
I think I feel like the coin didn't pledge, but I feel like we're willing to accept that. Yes.
Well, I can't challenge it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we could have ruled against them. I mean, I don't know. Like,
that is true.
What makes the coin Nazi versus not a Nazi? I mean, I don't know. Anyway.
Could have just been a circular piece of metal, I suppose, but I did watch the clip earlier, so it is a Nazi coin. All right. Moving on to category number 6, which is weapons, vehicles, technology, and magical objects. What Horcrux does Harry find thanks to the Grey Lady's story of its theft?
So, Kevin, let me ask you, how many Horcruxes have you ever made?
At this moment, 5. I'm in the process of trying to get 3 more made. I got to top Voldemort. You know, I can't let him.
Is it true that you have to kill
one up
in order to make a
Voldy.
Horcrux?
Yeah, I was a bit worried now.
Oh, dang! Nobody told me that. 5.
Who are the 3 people you're planning to kill for this next Horcrux?
I must have been watching the wrong movies. One, pens down. We'll start with Colton.
Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem.
And Joe.
Ravenclaw's lost diadem.
Both are correct.
Both are acceptable.
That's good. All right. Next question. Question number 7 in everyone's favorite category, mixed bag. Not to be confused with the bag of only one thing in it. So the category of mixed bag. In what year was The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen released theatrically? R.I.P. Sean Connery.
I was going to say, I had to throw something in for old Sean Connery, and
respect.
I didn't want it to be a Indiana Jones question.
Do you think he read the script before he agreed to do that movie?
Not a chance.
Or do you think someone said, "Hey, do you want to play with Alan Quartermain in a movie?" He said, "Sure," and then he showed up.
It sounds like an awesome part.
Oh.
Fins down.
Joe, what do you have?
2003.
2003 is the answer we're looking for. Colton, did you also have it?
2003.
2003 is correct. Thank you, Colton.
Hang on one second. Move on to question number 8. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. How many Academy Awards was Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, nominated for?
That is a great question. Kevin, let me ask you, how many Academy Awards have you been nominated for?
11-1.
I'm going to call you a goddamn liar because that's not even the number.
Well, Bilbo says it's a number. 5, 4, 3,
maybe in the shot.
2, 1. Pins down. Where do you think I live, Colton?
2.
And Joe?
2.
The answer is 3. 3. We were looking for best original score, sound editing, and visual effects.
Did you guys forget John Williams getting a nomination? Oh my god!
Why do I always sound editing every time?
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to question number 9. And question number 9, if I scroll up on my screen, is another comic book franchise and one of my preferred films in DC Films. The question is, who plays Max Schreck in Tim Burton's Batman Returns? So, fun question for you, Kevin. Did you know that Max Schreck, the name of this character, is also the name of the actor who played the Nosferatu in Nosferatu?
Exactly. I was just about to say, I was like...
Jinx.
This many years old. I found out this year that those two were connected, and I was like, I felt like a genius. I felt like a total genius, but apparently everybody knows that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
And Joe.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken is correct. Colton, did you also have Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken is also correct. Well done, gentlemen.
No
Walken imitation, okay? No, you know what? If we can bring Jay Moore on so he can do his Walken imitation.
There you go. All right, fellas. We have a 7-5 game. We are at question number 10, which, as always, is plot summary. I'll read you the plot summary of an IG film, and you give me the film. Bear with me, fellas. Grappling with both his lives as a superhero and a father, a man is approached by his colleague and his daughter. The man is asked to once again don the suit and this time fight alongside his colleague's daughter. The urgent mission soon leads to secret revelations from the past as the dynamic duo find itself against a powerful new enemy.
All right. Now, it's important to note that dynamic duo is not a hint to the answer of the question, Kevin.
Very true.
Yeah, it's almost it's a fantastic question. Otherwise, though, so let me ask you, Kevin, have you ever fought alongside anyone's daughters?
Oh, no.
That makes you a misogynist.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is no correct answer to that question. So, 5, 4, 3,
Repeat the
2.
question.
Okay, Joe's gonna use his first repeat.
Mostly to torture you.
Oh yeah. Either they finish halfway through, and I don't even need to finish it, or I get a repeat. But I will definitely repeat it for you, no problem. In the category of plot summary, grappling with both his lives as a superhero and a father, a man is approached by his colleague and his daughter. The man is asked to once again don the suit, and this time fight alongside his colleague's daughter. The urgent mission soon leads to secret revelations from the past as the dynamic duo find itself against a powerful new enemy.
So, Kevin, let me ask you a good question here.
Mhm.
Who is your most powerful enemy?
Ooh. The United States Postal Service?
Correct answer was Aaron. The correct answer was Aaron.
Oh.
Aaron is the most powerful enemy. Sorry.
That was my second guess.
Yeah.
Aaron totally gets that joke. I know he does. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And we will start with Colton.
I said Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And Joe.
No, I couldn't pull it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is correct.
Well, we've got a real, as they say, a real slobber knocker in wrestling terms, or as Christian Harloff would say, we have a real scrap going on. It's a good scrap between these two.
A real barn burner for sure.
Bridge burner.
There you go. 7-6. Moving into round number 2. Round 2 will work like this, fellas. We will have a wheel. This is the wheel round. Each competitor is going to get a spin on that there wheel. You've each entered a secret strength. Will not be revealing that tonight. So whatever it lands on when you spin, you get to keep, unless you want to use your mulligan, which means redo in golf, unless you land on opponent's choice. And in that scenario, your opponent gets to pick for you. You'll get 5 questions in the category that the wheel does land on, or the category that's chosen for you. Questions are going to be worth 2 points in this round, unless you want to default to multiple choice, which will give you 4 multiple choice options, and the value will drop to 1 point. Opponents may steal if the competitor does give an incorrect answer in this round, so be ready for that, guys. Please keep hands on screen throughout the entirety of this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. Joe has 2 repeats. Unfortunately, did lose his challenge in the first round. Colton has all 3 repeats and his challenge. Get down, please. And I will go ahead, since Joe does have a 1-point lead. I'm going to read the. You can go ahead and. Yep. Thank you very much.
Can I say briefly? It seems like in addition to his 2 repeats, Joe also has some old Toby with him.
He does. Me too. So Indeed, we'll move on. I'll read you these categories. They are in no particular order tonight. Like I said, I will not be announcing strengths. So tonight on the wheel, we have scores and soundtracks, Wizarding World, Mixed Bag, DC, quotes, Star Trek, Middle Earth, and Star Wars, and then of course spinners and opponent's choice. So Joe, you get to select. Would you like to spin first or defer to Colton?
Well, first of all, great job on that last question, Colton. I didn't know it either. So that was incredible, that pull. And the guy is kissing his wedding ring for good luck. Now I feel bad if we beat him. But, Joe...
Yeah, well, I'm not wearing one yet, so, you know.
So, Joe, I know you like it to go first, and I think this situation is perfect, and the wheel is perfect for you to go first. So,
yeah. I like to go first. I'm going to break that tradition now. Cheers, David. So, spin first.
All right. Aaron will bring up the wheel, and he has already got it primed up for you, and we'll go ahead and get that first spin in.
The spin is in. The spin is in, as Ken Knapsack would say.
Yes, sir.
I don't like just doing other people's spiels, but sometimes it's natural.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was a whew.
Yeah, that was a deep sigh of relief as it misses opponent's choice and lands on DC film. So I'll let you guys discuss.
Okay, first of all, there are a lot of better things out there for
There are.
But how do you feel about DC films?
Compared to us on the wheel, this is again. It's all very close for me. I think we can spin again. It comes back to this, then it comes back to this, and I'm still happy. And you know what I said to you before about what else is on the wheel. So,
all right, risking it for the biscuit. So here we go. Your last spin.
I'd like to point out they didn't even ask me for my opinion.
Craig equals offended.
I mean, I could have given some advice on it, but instead you land on
Wizarding World.
All right, Joe?
We will go to the world of wizards.
I know what I did last time, David. I'm going to be doing that again.
Go to multiple choice if you need it. You have a lead. So go ahead and listen to the whole question.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
So, Joe, I will be administering your questions in the category of Wizarding World. And your first question is, in the Sorcerer's Stone, who is the first Weasley family member to go through the barrier of platform 9 3/4?
Percy Weasley.
That is correct for 2 points. Question 2, also in the world of the Wizarding World. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, what is the name of Newt's bowtruckle?
Pickett.
Pickett is correct for another 2 points. Question 3. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, who takes Harry's hairs to put in the Polyjuice potion for the Battle of Seven Potters?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. And your options are, was it A, Hermione, B, Ron, C, Hagrid, or D, Mad Eye Moody?
Hermione.
You said Hermione, and Hermione is correct for 1 point. Question number 4. In what kind of transportation do the Durmstrang students arrive to Hogwarts in the Goblet of Fire?
It's a ship that comes from under the lake.
That's, you know what? That's perfectly accurate in every way you said it. 2 points for that answer. maximum allowed, of course. I would give you 3 if I could, but I can only give you 2. Question number 5, your final question in the category of Wizarding World. In Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, what is the name of the traveling freak show owned by Skender that promised the world the most complete congress of human oddities, including Nagini?
Yeah, I've mucked up the pronunciation of this in a match before, so I'll go multiple choice to make sure.
All right. Your options are, is it A, Cirque du Freak, B, Circus Abstractus, C, Circus Ridiculous, or D, Circus Arcanus?
Yeah, I said Arachnus last time. It's D.
D is correct for 1 point. And
Wow,
that is your
that's all I
5th and
can
final
say.
question of the round. It's a very strong round. You had to check down to multiple choice. Wisely navigated that category. It was very, very well played.
Absolutely. A great round, 8 points, puts him in a commanding lead, but Colton still yet to go. We'll bring in Anthony. There we go. And we'll bring actually, Anthony, if you want to go ahead and talk to Colton before the spin.
I mean, I was just going to say, the great round 1, that Ant-Man and the Wasp, like David said, that was the most convoluted explanation of that movie I've ever heard in my life, and I love that movie. And great question. That was awesome. That was a great pull. Joe crushed it in the last round, but that's okay. He still had to go to multiple choice a couple times. You have a chance. Just get through here. You know you need to go to multiple. If you have to, if you know it, go for it. We've talked about this before of when to go to multiple depending. So let's see how we go, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the wheel doesn't screw us for the 18th time that we've had a match. So let's see what happens.
I agree completely. Yeah, that Ant-Man and the Wasp question was
beautiful.
I knew the answer immediately, and then when he asked for repeat the question, I started doubting myself.
Never doubt yourself.
Yeah, I was like, nope, I couldn't do it. So at least that made me feel better about myself a little bit. But
come on, wheel! Don't F us for the 18th time.
All right. Well, here is the wheel brought to you by Chili's apparently this time. And we'll go ahead and give it the first spin.
Oh my
Spin
God!
is in.
What a deal!
I'll just say I'm really impressed by the way that Colton Anthony planned this interaction in advance so that he could be talking to himself, and he knew it was going to be on Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's a very, very interesting. Well, it looks like the wheel really wants someone to answer some DC Films questions.
And indeed. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds or however long
maybe 60. I don't know
to discuss. Yeah, maybe 60. We'll cut it at 60. Go ahead.
We'll figure it out.
We're passing this one, right?
Yeah, we've discussed it a few times, and there are definitely better categories on the wheel. I mean, there are definitely worse, but
they're worse, but they're better. So we're gonna
let's do it.
All right, hard pass. So this is your mulligan spin. Whatever it lands on, you will be stuck with.
I'll say this: the one thing we've learned today is that everyone hates Superman.
I guess. I mean,
I'd be surprised. Someone's wearing a Batman shirt.
You'd think maybe on those DC questions. Yeah, all right. It lands on Middle Earth.
That's why you go again. That's why.
Yes. You guys want to spin again? Because you can't. You have to take it.
Because you can't.
Spin again. We'll take that one.
Nope.
All right. I will administer these 5 questions to Colton. Thank you for bringing Joe back in. I'll administer these 5 questions to Colton. Joe, be ready for any steal opportunities. Colton, don't forget about multiple choice, and you do have 3 repeats to Joe's 2 repeats. Any questions before we get started?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Your first question in the category of Middle Earth. What is the name of Bard the Bowman's son that brings him the black arrow that takes down Smog?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Dane, B, Bane, C, Bale, or D, Fane?
A, Dane.
That is incorrect. Going to go to Joe. I'm going to read you the question and your multiple choice for the potential 1-point steal. What is the name of Bard the Bowman's son that brings him the black arrow that takes down the dragon Smaug? Is it A, Dane, B, Bane, C, Bale, or D, Fane?
B.
Bane is correct for 1 point. That's a big steal.
Yep, and despite their best efforts, a DC answer comes into play.
Bane, yep, and I even threw Bale in there too. So I'm trying everything I can, I guess. All right. Question number 2, Colton. In the Fellowship of the Ring, what is the name of the weed that Aragorn uses to ease the pain of Frodo's wound when he is stabbed by the Morgul blade?
King's Foil.
I will accept Kingsfoil or Athelas for 2 points. Your third question. Who voices Frodo in Ralph Bakshi's animated version of Lord of the Rings?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, William Squire, B, Christopher Guard, C, Peter Woodthorpe, or D, John Hurt?
C.
C, Peter Woodthorpe is incorrect. I'm going to go to Joe for the potential steal. Again, I'll read the question and the options. Who voices Frodo in Ralph Bakshi's animated version of Lord of the Rings? Is it A, William Squire, B, Christopher Guard, C, Peter Woodthorpe, or D, John Hurt?
Christopher Guard.
Christopher Guard is correct for 1 point.
That is an opportunity for me to banter.
Yes, sir. All right. And we are to your penultimate question, Colton, in Middle Earth. In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, what did the dwarves need to go visit the elves to ask for?
I'm trying to figure out the phrasing. How to read the map to get into Erebor?
That is correct for 2 points. Help reading the map is what I was looking for.
That's a very valuable answer there. 2 points keeps him in the game. This final question could get him within 5.
Absolutely, and that would be big because you definitely want to go into round 3 down no more than 5 points.
I was told there'd be no math.
I know, right? All right, Colton, your fifth and final question in Middle Earth. In the Two Towers Extended Edition, what is the name of the horse that Aragorn sets free from the stables of Edoras, only to have said horse rescue him when he has fallen and floated down river later in the theatrical version of the film?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Brago, B, Bill, C, Firefoot, or D, Lightfoot?
Can you repeat the choices again?
I can do that for you. Is it A, Brago, B, Bill, C, Firefoot, or D, Lightfoot?
D, Lightfoot.
D, Lightfoot is incorrect. Going to go to Joe for the potential 1 point steal. In the Two Towers Extended Edition, what is the name of the horse that Aragorn sets free from the stables of Edoras, only to have said horse rescue him when he has fallen and floated down river later in the film?
And the options are?
Sorry. Yes. And the options are A, Brago, B, Bill, C, Firefoot, or D, Lightfoot?
Brago.
Brago is correct for 1 point. I promise this isn't my first time. But Joe does make quick work of those steal opportunities. Colton getting 2 points off of both of the ones he got correct. So 4 points for Colton.
Yeah, he's out of knockout territory, but it's going to be a Herculean task for Colton to catch up to Joe in round 3, the final round of the match.
Indeed, it will be. In round 3, each competitor is going to give us 3 numbers that will correspond to 3 random geek categories. Each competitor is going to get 3 questions ranging from 2, 3, and 5 points, respectively, based on the numbers you give me. No stealing, no multiple choice in this round. And since you have a lead, Joe, I will take your numbers first, between 1 and 12, please. Oh, yep, I'm sorry. I always forget about managers. Thank you.
Sorry, I was going to say,
you can make private chat.
I was going to say, you can make the cut. I'll pop them in to get the numbers. Like, I'll pop David back out and bring him back in to talk to him before the round.
Just go ahead and bring both of them in now. And
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll make a little cut. I'll make it where it's not so messy. It's fine. This whole match is going to be kind of messy, so it's no big deal. All right. So yes, Joe, you are in the lead. So I will take your 3 numbers first, sir, between 1 and 12.
Great job. I mean,
I'll go, as it's 1 to 12, I'll go with old reliable 4, 6, and 12.
4, 6, and 12. And David, I'll give you guys each a chance to talk to your competitors before round 3 in just a second. Colton, you want to go ahead and give me your number, sir?
Let's go 7, 3, and 10.
7, 3, 10. All right. David, I'll give you 60 seconds to converse with Joe. Take as much time or take the time you need.
You did what you have to do. So now we have a lead. We're in a good position. You are comfortable. You will maybe, if my math is correct, you will have to answer your 2-pointer to make sure to at least tie it if he manages to throw it back to you. So, just prove it, as we discussed. So,
thank you, David. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Looks like they are wrapped up with a little time to spare. Anthony and Colton.
Colton, that was rough. It's a tough round. I wish I could have helped you more with it, but I know nothing about those. I fell asleep during every single one of those movies. But you're 8, so you know you need your 3 and your 5. Most important. So you have 3 repeats left. Use those on your 3 and your 5. Your 2, if you know it, great, but don't worry too much about that. Your 3 and your 5 are the crucial ones. That's when you want to use your repeats if you need them. That's the key. You did what you could. We knew Joe was going to be a tough go. Our plan was make him get to round 3, make him do well because he is obviously one of the best players in this league. We know that, but you know your shit. Sorry, TJ. You know your stuff. There's another cat on the screen. I don't know how to handle all these cats, but that's fine. You got this. Just remember, your 3 and your 5. Use your repeats on those 2. Just try to get your 2 best you can. That's the goal.
Yeah, I completely forgot that the animated movie even existed. So
yeah, that's some JV stuff right there, Kevin. That's some JV question writing with it animated. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I can't argue it. Technically, it's Middle Earth.
I don't like it, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
I feel you. I know. I could feel the hate just seething through the computer screen at me when I read that question. All right.
Strong.
We'll go ahead and drop out the managers. Thank you, fellas. And since I read Colton his round 2 and you read Joe his round 2, we'll swap, Craig. So you can take Colton's round 3 questions.
And before I begin, I would just like to say, because none of your managers said so, those were 6 of the sexiest numbers I've ever heard. Very sexy numbers, both of you. Fantastic work, gentlemen.
Sexy
right.
numbers.
All right. And so Colton's 2-point was in number
7.
Number 7, which is the category of DCEU. DCEU. And while I vamp, all right, the question is, what 2 members of the Justice League make an appearance in Suicide Squad?
Batman and the Flash.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, well done. And now that brings us to your 3-point question. And your 3-point question is in category number?
That would be number 3.
Category number 3. Category number 3 is movie quotes. Movie quotes. And your question is, in Batman v Superman, Lex Luthor tells Lois Lane that what word is a 3-syllable word too big for little minds?
Psychotic.
Psychotic is correct for 3 points, and that brings you to your 5-point question to take the lead.
Very good pull.
Very good pull there. And your 5-point question is in category 10?
That is correct.
Correct.
Category 10 for 5 points. Category is DC Films. One way or another, DC Films was going to get its way into this match. Going to get in this match.
Wow.
DC Films for 5 points. In Superman the movie, what is Zod charged with that gets him sent to the Phantom Zone? You can hear a pin drop.
Absolutely. It's like they say in Schmodown, serious in round 3. Gonna need a repeat or an answer in 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Okay.
In Superman the movie, what is Zod charged with that gets him sent to the Phantom Zone?
He answers this. Anything can happen in Geek.
So you feel the tension. You can cut it with a knife.
That's right.
Or a katana if you are in Suicide Squad.
There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay.
In Superman the movie, what is Zod charged with that gets him sent to the Phantom Zone?
Colton does have 1 repeat remaining.
And he very well might use it. This is do or die time. He has no other questions for which to use that last repeat on if he chooses so.
That's right. Can't take it home with you.
I mean, he could. He'd have to buy it dinner. He'd have to buy it dinner first.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. His last one.
His final repeat the question. In Superman the movie, what is Zod charged with that gets him sent to the Phantom Zone?
All right. I only have answer that's coming to mind. I don't think it's right, but it's better to go with your instinct. Joe, if this is wrong, congratulations. Shrinking the city of Candor and putting it in a bottle.
And your winner, advancing to the next round, is Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly.
Absolutely. Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly gets the TKO. We were looking for insurrection or coup. Insurrection or a coup d'etat. That was the answer we were looking for. Great job tonight, Colton. You left everything you had on the field. We will drop you out for just a moment. We'll have you right back in. We're going to talk to our winner this evening, Joe Farrelly. Bring in David. How are you feeling, sir?
I feel good. Colton played an absolutely superb match. That was really good. His round 2 didn't quite work in his favour, but round 1, it was neck and neck, and to get those 2 and 3 pointers the way he did was superb. I've got to give it to him. I mean, I feel good. And certainly after those questions, after maybe my performance in round 1, 7 out of 10, I know going into the next round, I have to up my game. I have to. I know who's still in this competition. I know who's coming through. I need to up my game because Colton played a great match and this close to making me answer questions in round 3. And the next competitor, they're going to do that to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've gotten now again another opponent, another not having to answer any round 3 questions. You'll get there one day though. I know.
I need 2 people to maybe answer geek questions in round 3. Robert Parker.
Robert Parker, yeah.
Matches did not go the way I wanted them to go. So.
I imagine so. Craig, anything for Joe and David?
I mean, you both played an excellent game there. You and Colton, not David. He did not play in this game. I'm not sure why. I think maybe he's ducking you, Joe, but we'll see. I kid. No, but a real question is, so Joe, now that you've advanced past Colton, what do you think about facing your potentially facing your manager, David, in a future round?
I think it's what we both want. As much as we both like to, as much as we've seen the bracket and we know that this match will not be a final, which is what we really, really want. We both know we'll enjoy it. We know what each other's strengths are, so we know each other's strategy, so it will purely come down to answering questions correctly over strategy.
I still have to beat Antonio, which is an incredible competitor. Mm-hmm. So I am not going to look past him at all.
Well, not to leave Colton waiting, but I do have a little bit of announcement I wanted to throw out there. We've already recorded the Subrath versus Caleb Hansen match. I think everybody that picked the bracket went ahead and picked Caleb, thinking that he's the head of an IG league. He's definitely going to win, but Subrath didn't show up for the match. I waited for an hour. I was about to give up and give Caleb the win and let him pass on through. And I just so happened to have my co-host there, and Caleb said that he would take him on. So I'm going to go ahead and spoil it, and we're going to bring in who you're going to be facing next round instead of who you might think it might be. Aaron, if you want to bring him in.
Is that Slade Wilson?
He is the Caramel Mountain Ryan Payne.
Excellent stuff.
Yep.
It was a slobber knocker of a match. I know with editing and stuff, I will probably already have to have spoiled this by now, but maybe not. Maybe I'll be able to squeeze this into where I can not spoil it. But Ryan, how are you? What are your thoughts on this?
First off, Joe, congratulations on winning. Now, of course, most people at home are going to wonder why the hell I'm involved in this, even though it was simple. I appreciated what Kev was doing with this tournament. I respected the hell of whatever he did, and I always told him I will offer my help in whatever he can, either be a host or to be here in the back to make sure the rules fall down the middle. So when Subrath unfortunately could not make it for the match, no matter how many times we tried to reach out to him, I thought to myself, you know what, this is bull. So I decided to step in. I took on Subrath's strengths, and Caleb and I, we went toe-to-toe all the way down to my last question. Caleb forced me to win that match. And I expect nothing less going against you, Joe. We're going to go toe-to-toe once more. Well, for the first time, honestly, this is not debate. So this is trivia. It's completely different.
I'm
So
looking forward
I can't wait to play you, and then maybe, let's see what happens. Maybe you can get your one-on-one against David, or I may actually spoil those plans. Who knows? So right now, Joe, you've got one hell of a fight in front of you, and I'm not going to shed light on me either, because I've seen you play. You are dangerous. I'm not taking you lightly.
Oh, Ryan, I would never take a match against you lightly. I'm very much looking forward to this.
What an amazing turn of events. It's the unexpected in the TM Geek tournament.
Yeah.
We have players not even initially entered in the tournament advancing to the Elite Eight, Final Four. Which round are we going into? I don't even know. Nobody even knows what the names of the rounds are. We're going to call it the Superb Six because there's going to be maybe 6 people left. I don't know. But point is, Mjolnir and I think that both Ryan and Joe are worthy of it playing each other, and it's going to be a fantastic slobber knocker of a match. That's right. Exactly. Ryan, where's yours?
I don't have a hammer. What I have,
Joe, obviously,
in the singles division at TM Geek.
Oh snap!
And my Deathstroke mask.
It's a good match,
guys. I'm still waiting for you to send them to me. I know shipping abroad is
yeah. That is true. Joe is double belted over in our debate league, so that is nothing to scoff at either. But yes, throwing a huge wrench into the tournament. Ryan, thank you for stepping up and stepping in. Didn't want to, and Caleb didn't either. Nobody wanted to just, have a win handed to him. He wanted to earn it. Unfortunately, he lost, but he put up a hell of a match. It really is an awesome match. 44 total points is all I'll say out loud, but go watch it. It's one match to watch. So good luck, fellas. Joe, Ryan, and David, whoever you play in the future, good luck to you as well.
Thank you.
Wow, that was an incredibly tense moment. And now we bring back the unfortunate, every match has to have a winner and a loser, but no, you guys, I can hear your audio. It sounds fantastic. Every match has, as I've mentioned before, in every match, at least 50% of the competitors lose. And unfortunately, this match, it had to be you, Colton. Colton, how are you feeling after that really tough battle? You came back and had a chance to take the lead with a 5-pointer. It was a very difficult 5-pointer. How are you feeling?
Honestly, all right, I am kicking my own butt because I thought that it was a military coup. And then I remember something from the comic books that happened with the city of Kandor and could not get it out of my brain. And it was freaking Brainiac, and I hate him, and he sucks. And I could not get the answer out of my head. And I know you're supposed to always go with your first inclination, but I kept on scrolling through the repeats, and that answer kept on becoming more viable. And I was like, no, it can't be something so easily as him trying to take over. No, it has to be something complicated. It's a 5-pointer. I definitely overthought it, and I have never been so pissed off at the end of a match before. Like, man.
There's nothing. That was you played great. The round 2 was tough and it was rough. on you, but you did what you need to do. You brought him to round 3. You got 3 DC questions, 3, and that was something we were iffy on at best. And you got 3, and you still made it to the 5th one. The 5th one was tough. I tried to figure out what it was. My guess was the only reason I would know is because I watched Supergirl once or twice, and my guess would have been treason. But I have no knowledge of it. But you did fantastic. You might have missed the last one. You're playing Joe. Joe is a champion in numerous leagues, and you took him to the absolute edge. Sometimes just the seeding hurts you, and when you come back again, you're going to take some people down, and we're just going to be more prepared for the next one. You know your stuff. There's no doubt about it. He got your strength. I mean, you would have had it if you got it. You did great, though. You honestly played a great game. You pulled out some questions that nobody else would have gotten. You did everything you needed to do. There's absolutely nothing to look down on. You did your absolute – you played fantastic.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about this loss a lot. Like I said at the beginning of the match that I had a path of redemption and I wanted to play Caleb, and I won't get to probably play again this year. So next year, if I want to play Caleb, and now I've lost to someone else. So Joe, you're on the lookout for Colton Roberts. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for both of you. Now I get to just cruise through the holidays and figure something out before having to start this all over again. So
we'll just start this going for you. We're gonna start a hit list. You got Caleb, we got Joe on there. So we'll get that going and we'll get that started. But in the end, you played great. There's only so much you can do against someone that he did great in round 2. Round 2 was a huge thing, but in the end, it was awesome. And there's nothing to look down about. Now we get to enjoy the holidays, and you can watch the movies, and then for next year, you're going to be ready to go and come for that belt.
Yeah, make sure you put Brainiac in the Superman comics on there because that messed me up.
Also, take out the animated Lord of the Rings, you savages. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah. Put
savages
on there too. We're gonna.
Hey, it came out in theaters. I have to do what I have to do.
I know.
Anything for Colton, Craig?
Well, I have to say I'm supremely impressed by this pre-recorded video you did with your alter ego. Did you also do one in case you had won the match, or did you just not expect that to be a possibility?
I guess the mystery is open to interpretation. So you got to be here for my next match to see what happens. So keep the option open.
Until I see Colton and Anthony in the same room at the same time, I will continue to believe that they are in fact the same person. And I just want to wish the best to Colton's wife, to hope that she enjoys both of them.
All right, I'm just leaving now because that got weird. I don't know. He likes me because I let him enjoy the wedding and hug me. I told him not to study. I don't need any extra. Don't make it
goodness.
weird.
Oh.
Hey, Colton's alter ego.
You should see them play. You should see them play as a. No, go ahead.
I was going to say that's exactly what a superhero would say if he was trying to pretend that he wasn't his alter ego when talking about the wife.
Oh,
you'd be like totally disgusted by the idea of having an intimate relation with his own wife. I understand that.
On a serious note, Colton, you really did great tonight. In round 1, you kept pace with Joe, which is really hard to do. He had a perfect first round in his first match. In round 3, you scored 5 points. You just couldn't pull that 5. But, you pulled the 5 in your last match. So, you can pull your 5. It's just a matter of putting it all together. I think you've made your statement match against Meg. So I'm excited to see you come back. I'm excited to see you take down people like Caleb, like Joe. I think you're an underdog player that a lot of people overlook. So, definitely looking forward to your return as soon as the tournament ends. Thanks for being with us, and thank you, Anthony, and we will see you guys soon.
Well, Kevin, that was quite the match. And now we have to
Indeed.
banter out. I will plug myself because I would assume you're going to ask me to plug myself. I can be found
Of
on
course.
Twitter at Barbarian Craig. I can also be found on Twitch at Mogwai417. That's Mogwai, the little fuzzy creatures from Gremlins 417. On Twitch, I'm frequently on the Video Drew karaoke's on Friday nights. And who knows, I might start just streaming some random stuff. I've begun cooking in my spare time, and I may launch a Cooking with Craig show. We'll see. And then on my Instagram, I'm posting some cooking photos as well as I normally post photos of Comic-Cons, concerts, sporting events, all of which have been canceled due to COVID. So it's just cooking photos for now. And that's at CF Gagne, C as in Craig, F as in Frank, Gagne as in the French word to win, Gaynier. And that's my Instagram.
Definitely. All right. Definitely check that out. This match was everything I expected it to be. Colton being scrappy. That Middle Earth round 2 just hurt.
Yeah, you know, the Bakshi film is that's always a wild card. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That one is that's one of the ones that I think a lot of people even forget to just brush up on the most basic of information on, and even myself, like I forget to even include it in the questions sometimes. So yeah, I definitely have to put it in. But yeah, Joe came in. He wiped the board with the Wizarding World category, and then making Colton having to answer all 3 of his questions in round 3, and that in the geek world is super difficult. So that will result in Joe facing now Ryan Payne in the next round, which will be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that one.
That'll promises to be a slobber knocker of a match.
Man, those guys are both like, I don't even know how they know so much geek stuff. It's crazy. So I'm gonna have fun.
Now let me ask you, Kevin. When the change of opponents happened in that last match, did you say, "Good God, that's Ryan Payne's music"?
By God, yeah, I was gonna say. Yes, actually, I hadn't, of course, Ryan hadn't seen anything. We had kind of worked it out before, but yeah, Caleb definitely didn't want to just take a forfeit. We kind of saw this coming, so we worked something out so that because this was going to be both of their first matches in the tournament, so it's not like he just took over somebody's spot. He just basically filled in for a competitor that dropped out, is what we'll say.
Well, it's an incredible development, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament shakes out.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. I hope you'll join us again. We'd love to have you back.
Thank you for having me. Who knows what will happen?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe there'll be a Jurassic Park exhibition match that I'll co-host. I don't know.
Hey, maybe that is definitely in the works. I can tell you that. So I'm for sure going to be asking you to come be on the desk with me for that one. But I do thank everyone for being with us this evening. I hope you enjoyed this match. I have been Kevin, the Philosopher Poss. This has been Craig, the Barbarian Gagne. And thank you to Aaron Knoll for producing this match in the back, and for Ryan, Ryan Payne, for being our line judge. Thank you to our competitors, Joe Farrelly and Colton Roberts. And thank you to our managers, David Garcia Alonso and Anthony Tisdall. And I really hope I didn't miss somebody. I may have, because that was a lot of people. But anyway, until next time, keep geeking out.
Peace.